Lights behind me getting ready to start the main event. I think we're just ready to announce the first few awards, so I'll send you on over to the newsroom. Isabella, Veronica, how's it going?
Thank you, Tiana. We start with the Investigative Journalism Scholarship in memory of CBS News and 60 Minute correspondent Ed Bradley. This award was started by Margie Bauman, an MSU J-School alum who worked with Bradley in the mid-1970s as a writer at CBS News. Bauman wanted to give back and inspire future journalists, so she created the scholarship to help current students while recognizing a renowned journalist. This year, there are 6 recipients. Dominic Carroll is the first recipient of the Ed Bradley Scholarship Award. Dominic is a freshman journalism major. He joined the Spartan Sports Report and was given the opportunity to anchor and produce the sports news program. He describes himself as curious, compassionate, and diligent. Our second recipient is Mackenzie Decker. Mackenzie is a junior journalism major and is most proud of a story she created to showcase a 2-year-old girl who was born with CDH. She describes herself as driven, curious, and joyful.
Our fourth recipient is Sophia Miller. Sophia is a junior from Oxford, Michigan, majoring in journalism with a concentration in media relations and a minor in broadcast. Her interests include creative storytelling and, of course, her dog Ruby. She is a senior producer for Focal Point and hopes to one day become a multimedia journalist after graduation. Donovan Scott is another recipient of the scholarship. He arrived at Michigan State as a transfer student in the fall of 2022, and he hopes to one day start a podcast breaking down athletes' psychologies throughout their sport. Donovan is also a recipient of the College of Communication, Arts, and Sciences Endowed Scholarship. Our fifth recipient is Mackenzie Terpstra. She is from Muskegon, Michigan, and is a junior journalism major with a media relations focus. She describes herself as determined, goal-oriented, and kind.
Our sixth and final recipient of this scholarship is Antonio Evans. Antonio is a junior journalism major who is most proud of the work he has done for Spartan Sports Report and Impact Radio. Antonio describes himself as passionate, loyal, and optimistic.
Antonio is also the recipient of the Terry Braverman Excellence in Sports Broadcasting Scholarship. Terry Braverman enjoyed a distinguished professional career in sports broadcasting for both public and commercial radio and television stations for more than 50 years. I mean, he spent 38 of those years at MSU. As a recipient of this award, Antonio has demonstrated efforts to working towards a career as an on-air talent. Congratulations, Antonio.
Now for the Len Barnes AAA Michigan Fund Award. This award was started by the Auto Club Insurance Association. It honors Len Barnes, a J-School alum who spent his career making Michigan Living one of the most respected travel journals. This year, there is one recipient, and that winner is Nicoline Bradford.
Nicoline Bradford is a second-year journalism student with a concentration in environment, science, and health reporting. She values creativity, empathy, and curiosity. She hopes to tell stories that help change minds and spread truth. Nicoline is also a recipient of the Glenn and Thelma Buell College of Communication, Arts, and Sciences Endowed Memorial Scholarship, which we will talk about a little later in the show. Congratulations, Nicoline.
Next, we have the Edward A. Augenstein Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship was started to honor the memory and hard work of Edward Augenstein, who was the press room manager at the Capitol for 35 years. Augenstein's son created this award to help students achieve their educational and professional goals.
This year, there is one recipient, and that's Lily Gooney. Lily Gooney is a junior studying journalism with a concentration in international reporting. She's a native of Traverse City and was motivated by her love of writing to pursue journalism. Gooney has spent 2 years working as a reporter at the State News, where she covers state and government politics. She's passionate about news and information and hopes to one day pursue a career as a reporter. Congratulations, Lily.
Tonight, we are also honoring students that received the Mary Adelaide Gardner Scholarship. This fund was established with a gift by the late Dr. Mary Adelaide Gardner, a legendary journalism professor at MSU from 1966 to 1991. These scholarship winners were selected by an outside committee of people who had a very close relationship with Mary Gardner. Now, we'll be talking to each of the 5 recipients throughout the show today, and one of these recipients is Devin Anderson Torres. Unfortunately, Devin cannot be here today, but he is a senior this year studying journalism with minors in media photography and film studies. Devin is most proud of how the Spartan community has amplified their voices in the community after the events of February 13th. Our next honoree is Elizabeth Nass.
Elizabeth Nass is a junior studying journalism, and 3 words to describe her are passionate, tenacious, and diligent. Her most memorable moment is seeing her name on a state news article for the very first time. Elizabeth is also the recipient of the John Krieg Memorial Scholarship, as well as the Glenn and Thelma Buell College of Communication, Arts, and Sciences Endowed Memorial Scholarship. We'll learn a little bit more about these scholarships later on in the broadcast. Now we're going to send it over to Jordan, who's with Elizabeth now. Jordan?
Thank you, guys. And first off, I just wanted to start off by congratulating you on this honor for getting this scholarship.
Thank you.
I want to ask you yourself, how do you feel? How does it feel?
Yeah, it's a really big honor. I'm really happy to, hopefully see like my hard work kind of pay off, and yeah, just the amount of money is insane, but it's such an honor, and I'm happy to be here.
That is very exciting.
Yeah.
You deserve all of that.
Thank you.
So Mary Gardner was considered one of the legendary professors of the journalism program here at MSU.
Yeah.
Do you have a legendary professor that's influenced you?
Yeah, for sure. Both my Journ 200 and 300 professors, Joy Visconti and Tracy Hennion, definitely have made a mark on me and helped me learn how to become a better writer with better sourcing, and those are 2 of my favorite classes because they were the professors of it.
Are there any qualities that they have of?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, they taught me more about tenacity as a journalist, and just constantly going after stuff, just not being sort of maybe too nice to try and get your sources, and just go for what you want and write the best story that you can. I guess.
I agree. MSU has amazing professors. I love Christina Myers, Journ 200, my favorite professor.
Definitely.
My last question for you is, you're a junior right now, you have 1 more year. Is there anything you'd like to accomplish?
Yeah,
this year?
Just definitely continuing my work at the State News. I hope to do more political reporting, because that's sort of become my passion. I hope to do maybe a little bit more editing in the future, and just make the most out of my next year here at MSU, because the State News and the School of Journalism has just given me so much. So yeah, just continuing.
That's perfect. You've already accomplished so much, and I'm sure we're going to see you in the seat again next year. So thank you for talking with us.
Yes.
And I'm actually going to toss it over to Tiana over at the green carpet. So how are things looking out there?
Thanks, Jordan. It was so good getting to hear from one of our winners, and congratulations again. Let's take you over to the green carpet. Throughout the evening, I'll be out here giving you a look at some of our award winners who are here tonight celebrating with family, friends, and faculty on this big day. And speaking of, here's the first group of our winners. These are the winners for the Ed Bradley, Barnes, and Augenstein Awards. Like I said, all day, recipients will be here taking pictures and accepting certificates, and congratulations for their accomplishments. It really is a party here in the Comrade Sci building tonight. Congrats again to these students. Chloe, Brendan, back to you in the studio.
Yes, Tiana, thank you so much. This next award was established in memory of Andre A. Blay. Blay earned both his BA and MBA from MSU and went on to be a giant in the news industry.
This year, 3 students have been awarded the Andre Blay Film Scholarship. Our congratulations go out to Jameer Bowers, Jennifer Lauconis, and Benjamin Strelzoff. The first winner, Jameer Bowers, is a sophomore digital storytelling and arts and humanities major. Their goal in life is to tell authentic stories everyone can enjoy while remaining ingenuous, resourceful, and brilliant. Jameer is also a recipient of the Elizabeth Magner Neal Overseas Study Scholarship, as well as the Pay It Forward Cast Expendable Scholarship. We'll touch on these scholarships later in the show.
Our next winner, junior Jennifer Lauconis, prides himself on being smart, creative, and ambitious. Jennifer expresses their creativity through their YouTube channel, where they have almost 30,000 followers. Jennifer is also a recipient of the William R. Jenkins Scholarship, and we will hear more about that scholarship later on. But our final Andre A. Blay Film Scholarship is Benjamin Stretzloff. Benjamin is a senior studying digital storytelling, and they describe themselves as a driven learner who's constantly striving for more. Their most memorable moment was working on their first film with classmates from their film directing class. Congratulations, Spartans.
MSU alum Dr. Mickey Edwardson established our next scholarship in memory and recognition of environmental lawyer James Lawrence Fly. Fly was the general solicitor and counsel of the Tennessee Valley Authority, which has improved the environment and given citizens access to more affordable energy in 7 different states.
The award is given to outstanding master's and PhD students studying environmental science communication with the Knight Center. And this year's winner of the Mickey L. Edwardson Award is Leilani Menezes Rodriguez. Leilani Menezes Rodriguez is an PhD student studying information and media. Leilani describes herself as strong, courageous, and sensitive. She's most proud of her research about images of racialized violence on social media. Congratulations, Leilani. Leilani is also a recipient of the next honorable scholarship, the Ellen L. and Clyde L. Burton Endowed Scholarship in Journalism. Both Ellen and Clyde Burton were distinguished faculty members at MSU, Ellen Journalism, and Clyde in the Department of Botany and Plant Pathology. And this year, there are 6 recipients of this awarded scholarship. Brianna Berry is the second winner and describes himself as creative, spontaneous, and committed. Berry is a senior studying digital storytelling who is most proud of the film they're creating in the documentary capstone course.
Our third Burton Scholarship winner is Jessica Pettengill, who is a PhD student studying information and media. They describe themselves as creative, curious, and collaborative. They are most proud of their success in learning how to teach future journalists and the work they have been able to complete with their students. Up next, Prosper Senyo is a PhD student studying information and media and is our 4th winner of the Burton Scholarship. Prosper describes themselves as analytical and compassionate. Their most memorable moment was presenting their first research paper at the AEJMC Academic Conference in Detroit. Prosper is also a recipient of the College of Communication Arts and Sciences Endowed Scholarship. Our 5th winner is Michael Savrinsky, who is a hardworking, passionate, and driven sophomore studying journalism. Michael is most proud of their growth as a journalist and the skills they have taken away from their professors.
Ellen Young is the 6th winner of the Burton Scholarship. Ellen is creative, driven, and passionate. She's a sophomore studying journalism, and her most memorable moment was having her first article published at the State News. Our final winner of the Ellen L. and Clyde L. Burton Scholarship is Emily Jean. Emily is a PhD student studying information and media. Emily describes herself as evolving, motivated, and loved. And Emily says pursuing a PhD is hard, but she has the most supportive advisors, co-authors, students, cohorts, and partner that make them proud. She's also a recipient of the Com Arts Side General Scholarship. So congratulations to these winners. Throughout the night, we will be recognizing 10 students that have been honored as Mary Gardner Scholars. Dr. Gardner served as the first woman president of the Association of Education in Journalism and Mass Communication. She also ran a summer program workshop in El Norte for 20 years, and El Norte is a newspaper in Monterrey, Mexico. Later on, Dr. Gardner would be inducted into the Michigan Journalism Hall of Fame. The Mary Gardner Scholars are the best scholars of the journalism and outstanding seniors who have excelled in the classroom and do that in hands-on experiences outside of the classroom and inside of the classroom. They will wear a special medallion at this graduation.
And the first 2 recipients of this award are Nyla Hollins and Cameron Cass. Nyla Hollins is a senior studying journalism with minors in broadcast journalism and public relations. She is ambitious, passionate, and caring. She is most proud of her internship at WILX News 10 and is looking forward to graduating and pursuing her professional career goals. Our second recipient of this award is senior Cameron Cass. Cameron Cass is an environmental journalist wrapping up her education with an internship abroad in Sydney, Australia. Throughout her time at Michigan State, she contributed to Great Lakes Echo and wrote for Capital News Service.
Cameron Cass is also the recipient of our next scholarship, the Edward J. Meeman Award for Outstanding Undergraduate Students in Environmental Journalism. Edward Meeman was an environmental journalist himself, so congratulations, Cameron.
Thanks, Chloe. Congratulations, everyone. I now take you back out to the green carpet where we see those award winners previously mentioned. As you can see, there are many of them, and that's nothing compared to all of the award winners we have left tonight. Congratulations to those students and their accomplishments. Isabella, Veronica, over to you in the newsroom.
Thanks, Tiana. Next up is the Eric Friedman Merit Award for Environmental Journalism and Capitol News Service. Friedman is a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and one of our professors here in the School of Journalism. On top of that, he also directs the MSU Knight Center for Environmental Journalism and the Capitol News Service.
With only one recipient, this award encourages students to explore careers in public affairs and environmental journalism. Our winner this year is Audrey Richardson. Audrey is a journalism junior. She works at the State News, Honors College, Great Lakes Echo, and with Vim Magazine. Through visual storytelling and writing, she captures community happenings and one day hopes to use her photography to influence change in environmental policies and behaviors.
The next award is the Kyle Kerbaway Scholarship. Now, Kerbaway was the editor of the State News and graduated from the J School in 1967. He went on to earn his MBA in 1969 and established this scholarship to provide financial assistance to a journalism graduate student to help them support their research.
This year, we have one winner of the Kerbaway Scholarship. Congratulations to Andrew Roth. Andrew is pursuing his master's degree in journalism. He covers politics, technology, culture, and their intersection. Andrew's most memorable moment at MSU was having his first article for the Detroit News make it to the front page, above the fold.
Andrew is also a recipient of the ComArt Sci General Scholarship and our next presented award, the Capitol News Service Bill Cote Endowed Scholarship. This scholarship is in honor of Bill Cote, who worked full-time for the journalism school and ran Capitol News Service until his retirement in 2002.
Maggie George is the second recipient of this scholarship. Maggie is a junior journalism major who is also pursuing minors in dance and history. Her passion for news comes from an admiration for the way it informs the public and how it shapes history. She is also a recipient of the Glenn and Thelma Buell College of Communication Arts and Sciences Endowed Memorial Scholarship, which we will talk a little bit more about in the show. Also receiving this award is junior Morgan Womack. Morgan is a junior studying journalism with a concentration in writing, reporting, and editing.
Now, aside from this scholarship, Morgan is also the recipient of the Mary Adelaide Gardner Scholarship. Now, we'll hear from Morgan in the newsroom a little bit later on. And she is also the recipient of the Sheldon and Neva Ackerman Moyer Endowed Scholarship.
Sheldon Moyer played a key role in taking the State News from a 3 to a 5 day per week publication. When he left to serve in World War II, Neva Ackerman took over as managing editor. Both went on to have remarkable careers, and this scholarship recognizes the importance of their MSU education. Recipients are chosen based on their work with the State News. Congratulations, Morgan. We will chat with her in just a bit about these scholarships.
Next, we have the Capitol News Service Connections Awards. These awards are given to students who have done exceptional work in the Capitol News Service. Now, Capitol News Service is an online publication through MSU's Spartan Newsroom where reporters cover every aspect of state government and the Lansing community. This year, there are 8 recipients.
The first recipient is Sarah Atwood. Sarah is a senior, and her most memorable moment at MSU was her study abroad trip to the Netherlands and Belgium. The three words she uses to describe herself are determined, curious, and open-minded. She currently works as a communications intern with the Michigan League for Public Policy in Lansing. Jaden Beard is the second winner. She is a second-year journalism student with a concentration in writing, editing, and reporting. Throughout her college career, she has already worked on Vim Magazine's blog team, the State News, and the Capitol News Service.
The third winner is Samuel Blatchford. Samuel describes himself as passionate, focused, and organized. His love for news began as a freshman volunteer for Impact Radio, writing music reviews and interviewing artists. He is most proud of writing as a CNS correspondent. Sophia Brandt is our fourth winner and describes herself as observant, hardworking, and organized. She hopes to one day be a writer for a city news publication. Her most memorable moment so far at MSU has been attending athletic events and cheering on MSU with all of her friends.
Our fifth winner is graduate student Liam Jackson, who is currently working as a sports reporter for the Bryan Times in Ohio. His work has made appearances in Spartan Newsroom, Impact 89 FM, and Capitol News Service. Liam wants viewers to know that he would not have been hired at his job if not for his time at Impact 89 FM.
The sixth winner of the CNS Connection Award is graduate student Janelle James. Janelle joined the staff of Bridge, Michigan this past January, covering breaking news. This Detroit native has a bachelor's degree in journalism and political science. Her most memorable moment at MSU was being a member of NABJ and being awarded Student Chapter of the Year in 2019.
Our next two students are also recognized with CNS Awards and have been named as Mary Gardner Scholars. These students are Jack Harrison and Dan Netter. Jack Harrison is a journalism and James Madison major graduating in May. He has worked in state politics, worked for public relations firm Martin Waymeyer, and reported for East Lansing Info, as well as Capitol News Service. Harrison also served as ASMSU Chief of Staff on the University Council, the Board of MSU Vote, and the Department of the state's Youth Advisory Board. Jack is most proud of his time as ASMSU Chief of Staff to empower students, as well as his support towards campus following the tragic event of February 13th.
Dan Netter is a dependable, thorough, and creative senior. Netter is a journalist with experience at Capitol News Service, the State News, Michigan Radio, and the American Prospect. As a reporter, Netter focuses on issues of politics and labor. He has reported from the state legislature, picket lines, and white supremacist group gatherings. Netter wants people to know that he is thankful for his family's help in guiding him all throughout college and grateful for the friends that he has made while at the State News. Congratulations, Dan and Jack. Before we send it back to the studio with Brendan and Chloe, let's hear some of the action going out on the green carpet.
We're back live with these award winners. Look at all these students. Congratulations to all of them for their hard work and dedication. Of course, the day has only just begun and there are many more students left to celebrate. Chloe, Brendan, who's up next?
She was an environmentalist and an author.
Vladislava Sukhanovskaya is this year's winner. Vlada describes herself as a tired master's student, which followed by her memorable moment makes sense because she says it's waking up at 6:30 a.m. for Professor Friedman's class and she can't forget it. She's most proud of her work she has done for Capitol News Service and Great Lakes Echo, reporting on health and the environment. Congratulations, Vlada.
The next award is the Knight Center Service Award. This award goes to a student who's been affiliated with the J School's Knight Center for Environmental Journalism and has made outstanding contributions to environmental journalism at MSU.
This year's recipient is Jack Armstrong. Jack is a curious and personable junior studying journalism. His most memorable moment at MSU is being present at the MSU football game against U of M his sophomore year. Congratulations to Jack.
Our next award is the Don Caldwell Memorial Scholarship in Environmental Journalism. This award was established by Don's parents, Robert and Charlotte Caldwell, in memory of their son, a 1981 journalism graduate. Don Caldwell served 2 years in the Peace Corps after graduation. He then worked for the Tampa Tribune before returning to South Africa. Don enjoyed a successful journalism career in both television and radio. And this year's recipient for the Don Caldwell Memorial Scholarship in Environmental Journalism Award is Eleanor Epperson.
Eleanor joined the master's program in 2022. She describes herself as driven, empathetic, and attentive. She has a research background in American history with an interest in investigative, long-form, and data journalism. She is interested in reporting on major crises, and her work has appeared in the Washtenaw Voice and Spartan Newsroom. Our next two Mary Gardner scholars are Abigail Komar and Drew Goretzka. Abigail Komar is a dual major in journalism and fisheries and wildlife. She is especially interested in journalism concerning environmental and science reporting. Her work has appeared in Great Lakes Echo, Spartan Newsroom, and MSU Today. Abigail's most memorable moment was spending the summer living and working at Kellogg Biological Station.
And now we recognize Drew Goretzka as both a Mary Gardner and our outstanding senior. He was elected by the School of Journalism faculty for this prestigious honor.
Drew is an independent, driven, and focused journalist. He says his love for journalism started at a young age when he began publishing the Goretzka Gazette on Microsoft Word. We'll hear more from our other winner, Drew Goretzka. But first, MSU School of Journalism specialist Jeremy Steele has these words to say about this year's outstanding senior.
On behalf of the faculty in the School of Journalism, it's my honor to recognize Drew Goretzka as this year's outstanding senior. Those of us who've had Drew in class will tell you that he's a hard worker. But when we say that, we're not just talking about the experiences that he's done in our classrooms. We're also talking about everything that he's done outside of class. We're talking about the 2 years that he's spent at the State News as a reporter and an editor, the investigative work that he's done there, helping to make our community a better place through the tenacity that he's shown in his reporting. And we're also talking about the internship that he's had at Automotive News, where he turned what was supposed to be a summer experience into a 6-month-long gig because he impressed his editors so much. And of course, we also have to talk about how he's done all of this while being a member of the Michigan National Guard. He even was deployed for a period of time in Kosovo. So when we say that Drew is a hard worker, we think we've got the facts to back that up as well. We're also impressed that Drew is a mentor in all of these experiences, in the classroom, at the State News, and elsewhere. He's brought other students along with him as he's continued on these journeys. And he's done all of this with a positive attitude and a smile on his face nearly all the time. So we're honored to recognize Drew Goretzka as this year's School of Journalism Outstanding Senior. And we can't wait to see what's ahead for him. Congratulations.
Hi there. Before I say anything else, I need to thank a few people. First, I want to thank every faculty member that helped me get to this point. Specifically, I want to give my gratitude to Kim Margolis, L.A. Dickerson, and Jeremy Steele. I would not be here at this podium without your mentorship. Second, I need to thank every single staff member at the State News. I have gone through the best moments and the worst moments of my young career with them by my side, and I can't express how much the best student newspaper in the country means to me. And of course, I want to thank my parents, Stephanie and Miles. Without their continued support through every obstacle and challenge over the last 4 years, I wouldn't be receiving my degree in just a few weeks. I've been thinking a lot about what this J School means to me and where my love for it comes from. I think I've narrowed it down to one simple truth. Everyone in this school here is here because of their love of journalism. Nobody goes to journalism school because it's a safe career choice or brings promises of a big checking account balance. Instead, every one of us here today chose to come here because of our passion. Passion for the truth, for the facts, and for the importance of the Fourth Estate, whether that takes the form of writing, broadcast, design, or research. That's why I'm so honored to receive this award today. Thank you.
Thanks, Drew, and congratulations once again. Susan Carter started our next scholarship in loving honor of her mother, Jane, to benefit worthy and capable students at the J School. Jane J. Carter valued education, superior news, and reporting, and the quest for knowledge. And this year's winner is Jason Laplow.
Laplow is a junior studying journalism who describes himself as goal-oriented, determined, and passionate. Jason is most proud of adding production quality to the Spartan Sports Report by creating new graphics. He also received the Albert Applegate Scholarship as well.
Albert Applegate is considered by many to be the Dean of Michigan Journalism Educators. Dr. Applegate served as the chairman of the School of Journalism from 1936 to 1955. By the time he retired, he developed friendships with nearly every editor and publisher in the state of Michigan. He's also a member of the Michigan Journalism Hall of Fame.
There are two more winners of this scholarship, one being Antonio Evans, who was previously recognized for winning the Investigative Journalism Scholarship, as well as the Terry Braverman Scholarship, of course. Our third and final winner is Claire Chapin. Claire is a journalism major with a media design concentration and a business minor. When not in East Lansing, she lives in Rockford, Michigan, and hopes to combine her passion for the arts with her passion for journalism. Having interned in internal communications at MSU Federal Credit Union, she looks forward to re-entering external media this summer. Congratulations to the winners.
Our next award is the William E. Costabile Scholarship. William E. Costabile worked as a sports writer for the State News and the LSJ as a student. After graduating in 1974, he worked in radio for 8 years before becoming a business analyst. Despite the changing career, he found his editing and photojournalism classes were an immense help, and his degree opened many doors.
This year, there are 4 recipients of this award. Our first of which is Riley Dittmar. Riley is a sophomore in the digital storytelling major. They describe themselves as driven, confident, and responsible. They are most proud of earning their first scholarship here at Michigan State. Our next recipient is Layla Pascal. Layla is a junior who joins Riley in the digital storytelling major, and Layla is most proud of completing her 360-degree film.
The third recipient of the William E. Costabile Journalism Scholarship is Anna Wagan. Anna is also in the digital storytelling major, and she is a sophomore. They describe themselves as determined, independent, and smart. Anna says they want to change the world and the way people view it. Our fourth and final recipient this year is Ryan Weir. Ryan is a junior studying digital storytelling, and Ryan has described himself as determined, creative, and grounded. It is for these qualities that Ryan has been awarded this scholarship in the first place. Congratulations to Riley, Layla, Anna, and Ryan.
This next scholarship is the Richard and Susan Liblong Endowed Scholarship in Communication Arts and Sciences. Rick Liblong is a 1970 graduate of the college. Growing up, he knew he wanted to go to state and never applied anywhere else. MSU opened the world to Mr. Liblong, as there were more people in his dormitory than his entire town. Rick and Sue Liblong established this endowment for upper-level students to know the lifelong special meaning of an education from MSU.
The recipient of this award is digital storytelling student Omalara Clay. Omalara is a driven, resilient, and ambitious Ann Arbor native whose most memorable moment was the first time she directed a multi-camera production. Congratulations, Omalara. Our next award is the Donald F. and Catherine K. Dahlstrom Scholarship. Both Donald and Catherine received their degrees from MSU before their long and successful careers in journalism at various papers around the state. The two have been longtime Capitol News Service supporters and also committed to preserving and protecting the environment.
Congratulations to Kyle Davidson, our Dahlstrom Scholarship winner. Kyle is a master's student studying journalism and describes themselves as precise, determined, and passionate. He is most proud of his political coverage leading up to the 2023 election. Kyle is also a recipient of the Michael and Sandra Clark Scholarship.
Michael and Sandra Clark both obtained their degrees from MSU. Michael received his PhD from the College of Education, and Sandra got her master's in history from the College of Arts and Letters. The two were deeply concerned about science and education and the coverage of future environmental issues. This award supports students pursuing a career covering science and the environment.
Our second recipient of this scholarship is Kate Townley. Kate is a senior studying journalism along with astrophysics. Her experience at MSU has solidified her love for journalism.
Kate is also our next student being acknowledged for winning the Mary Adelaide Gardner Scholarship. Tiana is actually with her right now. Tiana?
Thanks, guys. Congratulations, Kate. So you mentioned that you weren't always sure you wanted to pursue journalism. So what was the turning point that led you to change your mind about that?
Yeah, so I always loved writing, and I was kind of going on like a science path when I started college, but I knew that I always wanted to do some sort of writing thing, and I think it really drove me to want to write about science and take the complicated things and put them into words that other people could understand. And journalism was a really great way to do that. And everyone here is so friendly. So once I started taking classes, I was pretty sure that's what I wanted to do.
Okay. I mean, hey, everyone here is really friendly, so I totally agree with you on that. So you write for a few magazines like Our Detroit, MSU's Her Campus, right? And Bold. And how did you get involved with those? How did getting involved with those help you grow as a writer?
Yeah, I think each different experience brings so many new challenges and also opportunities for growth. So working with different people and working with editors and having like real deadlines and real things in the actual real world, I guess, it taught me a lot just about what it actually means to be a journalist and a writer. And yeah, I think that I took a lot from each of those experiences, and it's really contributed to where I am now.
Okay, I don't want to make you pick favorites, but which of the magazines that you've written for has been the most fun or just like the most memorable?
I really liked writing for Our Detroit magazine. I think because that's like the first one that's like a big one for me at least, and each of the experiences have been so cool and it's felt very official. And so I really enjoyed that, especially writing about science and technology stuff because that's what I'm really passionate about. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned being passionate about science. I was going to ask, how have your studies in science influenced your direction in journalism?
Yeah, I really want to go into scientific journalism and, like I kind of mentioned, take some of those things going on in science, especially the things that are less easy to understand for like the general public, and kind of put them into words that people can get excited about and relate to. Because sometimes, like in astrophysics, right, some of that stuff is confusing and can go over your head, and it goes over my head sometimes. So I like the opportunity to be able to share that with other people in my life that maybe don't know as much about it. So, yeah.
You know a lot, and you know exactly what you want, and I love that for you. I'm sure you've heard this question a bunch of times, but what are your post-grad plans?
Yeah, so get a job, but where that is and what exactly I'm doing is very much up in the air because it kind of depends on what happens. Every opportunity I've had so far has taught me a lot, and I think that wherever I end up, I think I'll take a lot from it and eventually end up to some sort of dream job. But at first, I'll kind of go wherever I feel most passionate about or most interested in.
And you know what? That is a great mindset to have. And I know just from talking to you for a little bit, you have a bunch of great experiences behind your belt. And wherever you end up, I know that you'll do amazing.
Thank you
so
so much.
Congratulations again, Kate. It was so great getting to know you and talk to you. I'll let you get back out to the celebration. Isabella, what's it looking like out there?
It looks great, Tiana. Let's take a look at the winners as we head back out to the green carpet. We have the recipients of the Carter, Clark, Applegate, Liblong, Dahlstrom, and Coastal scholarships. Congratulations to all of these outstanding students.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. Our next award is the Pay It Forward Cast Expendable Scholarship Award. It's unique because it is one of the only two in the college where the donor participates in the actual selection of the award winner. Recipients are chosen based on their motivation and capability to achieve the educational and professional goals they have. This scholarship has been awarded to Jameer Bowers and Jaden Hawkins. We met Jameer earlier as he won the Andre A. Blay Film Scholarship. So our second winner is Jaden Hawkins, and Jaden plans to pursue a career in broadcasting journalism. She is an active participant in campus organizations like her campus NABJ and BSA. Jaden will be interning with Week News 25 in Illinois. Jaden is also a recipient of the School of Journalism General Scholarship. So congratulations, Jameer and Jaden, on their accomplishments. We will still have a lot of award winners to recognize tonight. Let's continue with Donald H. Journalism degree and love for writing served him well. At MSU, he was a sports editor of the State News, and during World War II, he served in the Naval Reserves as a public relations officer. His later career pursuits were as a businessman, advertising executive, and he worked for local newspapers. But his love was writing short stories and novels, of which he was the author of actually 3 books. This year's recipient is Ethan Hunter. Ethan is a junior journalism major who describes himself as a charismatic, ambitious, and creative individual. When looking back at his time at MSU, he's most proud of his hand in producing for Spartan Sports Report, especially his coverage of MSU hockey in Detroit. Ethan is also a recipient of the Journalism Scholarship for Sports. This scholarship is supported by David and Susan Peterson in honor of Susan's late father, Fred W. Stabley, Sr. After earning his graduate degree from MSU, Fred served as MSU Sports Information Director in 1948 and helped found the College Sports Information Director of America. Fred's basic philosophy was on equality of journalism and is the Petersons' wish to help foster the next generation of Spartan sports journalists.
2 additional students are receiving this award, including Marin Klein and Owen Ozist. Marin is a junior journalism major. She's ambitious, outgoing, and loyal. She is most proud of all of her work broadcasting hockey this past year.
Last but not least, our final recipient is Owen Ozist. Owen is a hard-working, determined, and energetic junior studying journalism. He's most proud of the broadcasts he does for Big Ten Student U, and Owen is also a recipient of the Glenn and Thelma Buell College of Communication Arts Endowed Memorial Scholarship. And we'll learn about that more later. Ethan, Marin, and Owen, congratulations. We can't wait to see what you all do next. The next scholarship we'll be recognizing is the Lasher Family Scholarship. It was created in honor of Jack and Virginia Lasher by their daughters Anne Marie and Geraldine. This year's recipient is Kiana Jones. Kiana is a junior studying digital storytelling. 3 words to describe her are enthusiastic, motivated, and versatile. She is most proud of the short film that she for her DS341 group called And Then He Was Like. Congratulations, Kiana.
And now we present the Dusty Rhodes Scholarship. Rhodes was born and raised in Flint and was a graduate in 1950 of Michigan State. After a successful career as a radio broadcaster, he went on to work in newspaper publishing as well as international TV news. He loved his years as a Spartan and as a Spartan Stadium announcer. And this scholarship is given to a Michigan high school graduate who wishes to pursue a career in public radio, newspaper, or TV news. This year's scholarship recipient is Hannah Young. Hannah describes herself as a passionate, kind, and optimistic journalist. She is most proud of her editing stories for Vim magazine. Congratulations, Hannah.
Next up, we have the Mark M. Garbarini Journalism Scholarship. Garbarini graduated from the J School in 1956. He had a career as a writer and made full use of his journalism education until he died in 2004. His widow, Susan, created this scholarship in his memory to continue his legacy here at MSU. This year's recipient is Hannah Holycross. Hannah is a freshman who is ambitious, curious, and open-minded. Her most memorable moment so far is becoming closer with her fellow students in Comm Arts, and she's also proud of the work she does at the State News. Congrats, Hannah. Taking a look back at the green carpet, these are the recipients of the School of Journalism for the Donald L.J. Anderson, Lasher, Rhodes, Garbarini, and the Pay It Forward and Dahlstrom Scholarships. Congratulations to these hardworking students.
That didn't work. Try again.
Audrey Richardson is also a recipient of the Mary Adelaide Gardner Scholarship. Audrey was previously recognized for receiving the Eric Friedman Merit Award for Environmental Journalism and Capitol News Service. She's over with Jordan in the newsroom. Jordan, how's it going on over there?
First, I just want to say congratulations on receiving this award, and
thank you.
You obviously worked very hard for it. And speaking of working hard, I know you said one of the stories that you pride yourself on doing is your reporting for the MSU swim and dive team. So, you know, what's about that stuck with you?
Well, I was a member of the swim and dive team, so I had a personal connection to the story. So I joined the club team the year after we got cut, so I decided to kind of document that, kind of our healing process almost, and then when we went to club nationals at the end of the 2022 school year where we won, so yeah.
So how did that feel? How did that feel, like being a part of the story that you were writing?
It was interesting for sure, because I had to try to maintain like the ethical standards and everything, and obviously most of those people that were with me are my best friends, so, but it gave a level of intimacy that I think couldn't have been told by anyone else, I guess.
And you were part of that club, but you were also part of a few other student publications on campus, from VIM to the State News. And how would you say being part of these student publications shaped you as a journalist?
Yeah, I learn from every experience I have. So with VIM, I'm taking portraits, so I'm learning about lighting and portraiture. And then with Great Lakes Echo, I'm writing about the environment. And then with the State News, I'm taking photos, but more, obviously in a more journalistic way. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like MSU has like so many different publications for journalism students, and like I'm part of In Crowd, and like,
yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like we have so much to offer for journalism students. So I know you mentioned that you want to go into environmental journalism. What about environmental journalism drew you to that field of journalism?
I was born in Australia, and I grew up there, so I've always had kind of a deep connection to nature. I think that's where it started. I've always kind of just pictured myself taking photos of whales. I don't know, I just really love nature, so, and I think that's the biggest issue of our time, I guess, the planet, or climate change.
I feel like that's like a cool thing about journalism, is that you get to do so many different types of industries. Obviously, like you said, with your different publications on campus, you were able to cover so many different things. So once again, congratulations on receiving your award.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thank you.
Have fun for the rest of the day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. Let's go back out to the green carpet and catch the recipients of the Joe Falls Scholarship, our Mary Gardner Scholar, and the Joe Falls Detroit News Scholarship. Congratulations to these Spartans.
Our students have come shining through with awards from local, regional, and national contests, including awards from the Society of Professional Journalists, the Michigan Association of Broadcasters, the Broadcast Education Association, and many more. As we take a brief intermission, we want to honor all of these awards now.
Welcome back. I'm Zach Slowick.
And I'm Sarah Loeffner. Kappa Tau Alpha is a national honor society for journalism students. It was founded in 1910 by faculty at the University of Missouri in order to form a bond between students of high academic achievement. Their Greek letters stand for knowledge, truth, and accuracy. There are 12 inductees this year.
The first inductee is Vivian Barrett. Vivian is a junior journalism major who describes themselves as curious, compassionate, and determined. They're passionate about mental health, gender equality, and LGBTQ rights. Vivian is also the recipient of the John Krieg Memorial Scholarship in Newspaper Journalism, which we'll touch on in a little bit later. Our second inductee is a driven, outgoing, and curious journalist master's student, Barbara Bellinger. Her reporting interests include local and state government and immigrational and international issues. Our third inductee is Cameron Cass. Cameron has been previously recognized as the Edward J. Meeman Outstanding Undergraduate Student in Environmental Journalism for being a Mary Gardner Scholar. Our fourth inductee is Eleanor Epperson. Eleanor is a journalism master's student who describes himself as driven, empathetic, and attentive. They are most proud of their paper analysis newspaper coverage of a police shooting in Ann Arbor.
Jason Laplau is our next inductee of the day. Jason has previously been recognized as a recipient of the Jane J. Carter Endowed Scholarship. Adanma Mbono is today's next inductee. Adanma is a journalism master's student who describes herself as passionate, driven, and resilient. Her most memorable moment was making a short film in her documentary film class. Our next inductee is Elizabeth Nass. Elizabeth was previously recognized for receiving the Mary Adelaide Gardner Scholarship. Out of the 12 inductees, 5 are being recognized for additional honors. The Kappa Tau Alpha Graduate Senior Award is presented to the graduate students with the highest academic GPA among this year's Tau Alpha Kappa inductees. TKA is the honor society for students majoring in journalism and mass communication. Our 3 Kappa Tau Alpha top graduate scholars are Hannah Brock, Madeline Darbone, and Katie Reichel. Hannah Brock is a driven, eager, and versatile master's student studying journalism. Brock says her most memorable moment was graduating early with academic honor with her journalism bachelor's degree. Congratulations, Hannah.
Madeline Darbone is an independent, creative, and resilient master's student studying journalism. Darbone says the most memorable moment was earning her bachelor's degree in journalism in the spring of 2022. Congrats, Madeline. Katie Reichel is an ambitious, attentive, and reliable master's student studying journalism. Reichel says her most memorable moment was the presentation of her varsity letter jacket for rowing. Congrats, Katie.
Our 2 Kappa Tau Alpha top undergraduate scholars are Justice Say and Abigail Kalmar for having the highest GPA in the chapter. Justice Say is an ambitious, creative, and passionate junior studying journalism. She says her most memorable moment was seeing her writing established in print from Vim magazine for the first time. Congratulations, Justice.
Abigail Kamar is a creative, witty, and compassionate senior studying journalism. Kamar is most proud of her story of a cultural appropriate resource for the Ashambe people to track fish consumption in aid of environmental health literacy. Congrats, Abigail. Now, let's take a look out at the green carpet as our inductees are sworn in. Congratulations to everybody.
I'm Luca Maloney.
And I'm Sophia Miller. Let's continue on with today's awards.
The next award was established in honor of Larry Lee, a 1970 graduate of the School of Journalism. At MSU, he began to appreciate the importance of a worldview in addressing problems. Extensive travel throughout his life underscored the great opportunities to enhance learning by extended exposure to people in other countries.
There are two recipients of this award. The first recipient is my co-anchor, Sophia Miller. Sophia has already been recognized today for winning the Ed Bradley Investigative Journalism Scholarship. The next recipient is Denver Williams. She is a junior studying journalism. 3 words to describe her are compassionate, resourceful, and hardworking. She plans to pursue a career in digital media and design. Congratulations to Sophia and Denver.
Thank you, Luca. The next award is the Elizabeth Mangner Neal Overseas Study Scholarship. Elizabeth Mangner Neal supported her grandson, Craig J. Gehrig, in his 6-month overseas study experience to Yugoslavia when he attended MSU. This year, there are 2 recipients of the Elizabeth Mangner Neal Overseas Study Scholarship.
Our first recipient is Jameer Bowers, who was previously recognized for receiving 2 additional scholarships, the Andre A. Bay Film Scholarship and the Pay It Forward Cast Expendable Scholarship. Congratulations, Jameer. Our second recipient is Isabella Short. Isabella is a freshman honors college journalism student who is passionate about using journalism to relate to others through their life experiences and sharing their stories. She is most proud of interviewing students for the Red Cedar Log. Isabella is also a recipient of the College of Communication, Arts, and Sciences Endowed Scholarship. Congratulations, Jameer and Isabella.
You are now taking a look at our Larry Lee and Mangner Neal Scholarship winners out on the green carpet.
Congratulations. Next, we will recognize the many students that received the Glenn and Thelma Buell Endowed Memorial Scholarship.
This award encourages students who seek opportunities to further their educational and professional goals.
6 students were awarded this scholarship earlier. They were all recognized for receiving additional scholarships. Our recipients include Nicolette Bradford, Dominic Corral, Mackenzie Decker, Maggie George, Elizabeth Nass, Owen Ozis. Congratulations to all of these winners.
Another one given through the Communication Arts and Sciences College is the Donald and Annette Neal Scholarship. MSU alumna Diane Neal established this award with the hope that it would allow students with big aspirations yet limited resources to secure an education at MSU. One recipient of this award is digital storytelling junior Morgan Belderman. She is most proud of her work as head editor of the MSU Telecaster show The Pop, and dreams of making her own cartoon. Congratulations, Morgan.
In 1989, the Gannett Foundation established a scholarship for hopes of encouraging Hispanic students to study journalism and to encourage the diversity in the field of journalism. This year's winners of the Gannett Hispanics in Journalism Scholarship are Micah Lawrence, Kennedy Robinson, and Angela Solomon. Our first winner, Mikia Lawrence, is a sophomore studying journalism. Mikia says their words to describe her are determined, independent, and outgoing. And her best moment was seeing her first campus article published. Mikia also a strong advocate for mental health.
The second winner is Kennedy Robinson, a senior studying journalism. 3 words to describe her are determined, resourceful, and intuitive. Her most memorable moment was walking to the Breslin to watch her first basketball game with her friends. Angela Solomon is the 3rd recipient of this scholarship. She's a senior studying journalism. Angela's most memorable moment was becoming the president of Big Sister, Little Sister, a mentorship program for the young women of color. Angela is also aspiring to go to Howard University to pursue a dual GD MBA and eventually work for the NBA. She is also a recipient of the William R. Jenkins Scholarship, which we will learn more about in a little bit. Congratulations, Micaiah, Kennedy, and Angela. This next scholarship is awarded in honor of Robert Godfrey, a 1947 MSU grad. Godfrey worked in journalism for 33 years, working as both a radio and television reporter, an editor, as well as a radio station management. This award is given to students of high academic achievement who are leaders in their extracurricular groups.
Stella Govitz is this year's Godfrey Scholarship winner. Stella Govitz is a sophomore studying journalism, documentary production, law justice, and public policy. She has found that she can best help others through storytelling. She hopes to one day become a documentarian and a future journalist. Congratulations, Stella.
It's time to check back into the green carpet.
Now, feature this year's outstanding master's student, Barbara Bellinger. Barbara Bellinger is a journalism master's student graduating this spring.
She is most proud of her article on the increase in juvenile deaths by homicide in Michigan. Her work has appeared in the Capitol News Service, the Detroit News, Great Lakes Echo, Traverse City Record Eagle, and MERS. She is currently an intern at WILX TV. Now, we'll hear from Lucinda Davenport, who will share thoughtful comments from faculty.
Lee Bellinger, congratulations on being the Michigan State University School of Journalism 2023 Outstanding Master's Student. We are so happy you came to Michigan State University and that we've gotten to know you. I want to say that all of our graduate students are superior. Everyone was nominated for this recognition. Faculty and staff had so much to say about each student. And Barbara Lee, here are just a few things they said about you. I had Barbara in my journalism class, and she impressed me with her engagement with the class and passion for journalism. Barbara made the most of our program. She learned the craft of making news, engaged in critical thinking about journalism, and showed great interest and succeeded in learning both skills and research. And here's another. Barbara does not only excel academically, but she excels as a leader. She tries to attend every event she can, specifically various seminars the college sponsors and the PhD Speaker Series talks. I remember specifically the MA Maven Hour from 2022. She made a comment or asked a question after every single presentation and was able to personally address every student. She puts herself out there to know and befriend every master's student and faculty. She has brought her cohort together and created great relationships with everyone she comes in contact with. Between her classes, work, and personal life, really? She maintains a cumulative GPA of a 4.0. She also took on an internship and received a job offer from WILX TV. Barbara is another ideal example of what our excelling master's students look like. And another. In my class, she took some leadership initiative and really worked hard to mentor undergraduate students. She was always curious, wanting to learn more, and always asking to help or be more challenged. I appreciate the work she put in. It's not easy being a non-traditional student, but she seems to thrive at this and, in fact, embrace it. With the skills she's learned, she's worked for MERS and now interning with WILX TV with a group of our journalism students and alums. She seems right at home there. Barbara, there are so many more good things that faculty and staff have said about you. Barbara Lee, congratulations.
Thanks, Lucinda, and congratulations once again. Next up is the Wanda J. Earn Don Scholarship established by Wanda Earn Don, a native of Flint, Michigan. She is a member of the J School Professional Advisory Council and a distinguished alumnus of MSU Earn Don. Established this journalism school scholarship to provide assistance for students from her hometown and the surrounding area.
This year, there is one sole winner, and her name is Jatasia Powers. Jatasia Powers is a journalism major and first-generation college student from Jackson. She is most proud of the articles she has written for her journalism classes. Her interests include music and telling other people's stories.
Jatasia takes us into our next scholarship. She's also being awarded the David Ralph Scholarship in Communications, Arts, and Sciences. This scholarship was started by alumnus Craig Kitchen in honor of David Ralph for 20 years. Professor Ralph was a much-loved teacher and administrator in the College of Teaching, a speech communications course. Dr. Ralph introduced a strong internship program to the college and won the State of Michigan Teaching Excellence Award and MSU Senior Class Council Outstanding Faculty Award. Congratulations on your award, Jatasia.
Former editor of the Daily Tribune, Walter Howell, was notorious for holding his reporters to strict standards of fairness and objectivity. This next award, established in memory of his parents, is given to the MSU undergrad who writes the best essay examining media bias.
And this year there are 5 winners. The first winner is Kendra Gilchrist. Kendra is a sophomore majoring in journalism who is determined, curious, and creative. When she graduates, she hopes to become a journalist for a newspaper that values transparency and communication. Next up is Maya Legal. Maya is a transfer student who is imaginative, compassionate, and genuine. She recently spent 3 months traveling in a self-converted camper van, and she's excited to continue her studies of communication, leadership, and strategy at MSU. Our next recipient is Phu Pa Nguyen. Phu Pa is a first-year international student from Vietnam majoring in information science and communication, leadership, and strategy. He is most proud of the time he spent writing a 50-page creative story in English for an honors option. He would describe himself as flexible, disciplined, and enthusiastic.
On to our next recipient, Matt Williams. Matt is a sophomore digital storyteller at MSU. He is most proud of his short film, Until January, that is running in a film festival. Matt is passionate, determined, and inquisitive. Kate Townley is our final recipient, who we spoke with earlier to chat with about her accomplishments and additional scholarship winnings. Congratulations to our winners.
This award was created by the William Jenkins and remembers his father, Thurston Jenkins, who was ambitious and courageous enough to step out and succeed in the world. Recipients of this scholarship are students who are ambitious enough to explore the world via storytelling.
This award goes to 4 students, the first recipient being Jack Boyle. Jack is a freshman majoring in visual storytelling who describes himself as optimistic, humorous, and fun. He is involved in various activities on campus, including baseball, basketball, National Honor Society, and Collegiate DECA. He pushed through adversity faced this year and made videos for the class that he was very proud of.
Brandy Moose is the 3rd recipient. Brandy is a journalism major who describes herself as creative, funny, and perceptive. Her journalistic interests include crisis reporting, and her love of listening to other people's stories is her drive for her career. Jennifer Laconis is another recipient of this scholarship and was recognized early in the show for winning the Andre A. Blay Film Scholarship. Angela Solomon is our 4th and final recipient of this scholarship and was previously recognized for receiving the Gannett Foundation Hispanics in Journalism Scholarship. Congratulations to all of our recipients. Our next scholarship is the John G. Walsh Scholarship. The Walsh family established this honor to the MSU alums leadership in journalism communication field. Walsh received his bachelor's degree in 1995 and was a respected, beloved leader in the news industry. Recipients are incoming or current freshmen chosen based in their interest in communication and journalism. This year we have 2 winners of the John G. Walsh Scholarship. The first is Cassidy Howard. Cassidy is a current freshman studying journalism who describes themselves as creative, optimistic, and resilient. They are most proud of their recently written poems and the people those poems have impacted.
Our next recipient of the Walsh Scholarship is Braden Willis. Braden is also a freshman majoring in journalism and is most proud of his hands-on experience that he has gained in only his 2nd semester at MSU. Congratulations to Cassidy and Braden. It's time to show off our winners as we head back out to the green carpet. We have the recipients of the Herndon, Howell Essay, Kerbaway, and Silk Scholarships. Congratulations and go green. Taylor Trozowski is our next student winning the Mary Adelaide Gardner Scholarship. Taylor is a 3rd-year honor student studying journalism and political science with a concentration in international reporting. Tiana's with Taylor now live in the newsroom. Tiana, over to you and Taylor.
National reporter after graduation. What made you want to go into that, and what makes you prepared for that style of reporting?
Yeah, so I've always loved travel. I grew up moving around a lot. I'm a military brat, and I'm pretty prepared to just go wherever I need to go for my career and kind of live that sort of adventurous life.
Okay, I've got to ask, what would be like a dream destination or somewhere that you've never been that you would love to visit?
I mean, I studied abroad in Europe this summer, and I'd kind of like to go back, but I have been there. Maybe somewhere I haven't been over there.
Okay, that's cool. And my next question is, how has studying political science shaped the way that you view journalism?
So I think that reporting and the government are obviously like extremely tied together, and it kind of goes hand in hand, and there's stuff that I learn in my political science classes that I'm also learning at the same time in my journalism classes. It's just giving me a broader perspective on everything and like how I should be reporting, like legally, ethically, all of that.
Okay. And I know that you were a part of Impact 89 FM, the radio station here at MSU. How has your participation in that helped you become a better journalist and student?
So I would say that Impact has given me some of my biggest supporters. Our station manager, Delaney Rogers, is here with me today supporting me, as has everybody at the station. I love Impact. It is the best thing I ever did at college.
And what advice would you give to anyone wanting to pursue political journalism?
I would say be ready to dive into uncomfortable topics and possibly even receive some backlash.
Okay. That's really good advice, and we've got to take it from you because you've won an award for it. My last question, I know that this is like a question that you probably have heard a lot, but what are your plans for after graduation?
My plans for after graduation, to get a job that I feel is fulfilling to me.
Okay. That's plain and simple. I love it. Well, congratulations to you in whatever you decide to do. It was so great getting to talk to you. We're going to send it on back over to Chloe.
We're going to be recognizing today for the Mary Gardner Scholarship are Isabella Gorsick and Veronica Bolanos. Isabella is a senior that describes herself as creative, determined, and hardworking. She's the most proud of her work at the Big Ten Student U program and is thankful for all of the professors and families she has, challenging her to be her best. Veronica Bolanos is a thoughtful, witty, and hardworking senior majoring in journalism. Her most memorable moment is getting the chance to participate in the sports journalism study abroad. She isn't afraid to challenge herself and anyone to a game of rock, paper, or scissors, and would also not be here without the love and support of her mom. Sending it back to you guys at the studio.
Awesome. Taylor leads us into our next award as recipients of the John H. Krieg Memorial Scholarship in Newspaper Journalism. This award was established by friends and colleagues of John Krieg, a 1982 J School graduate, after he died in an apartment fire in 1984. Krieg worked for a variety of small and mid-sized daily newspapers in Michigan, including being the news editor of the Morning Sun in Mount Pleasant. He worked for the State News as a copywriter and won numerous writing awards during his time at MSU.
In addition to Taylor, there are 3 other recipients, including Vivian Barrett, Claire Chapin, and Elizabeth Noss. Each of these students have previously been recognized for receiving other scholarships. Congratulations to our winners.
Our next award is for the W. Cameron Myers Fellowship Fund Scholarship. This award was created in honor of W. Cameron Myers, a longtime newspaper reporter and editor who taught at the J School from 1952 to 1974. He is a member of the Michigan Journalism Hall of Fame, where students were impacted by Professor Myers' demands of excellence, memorable anecdotes, and views on the world.
This year, there are 2 recipients. Carrie Eicholt is the first winner. Eicholt is a junior at MSU majoring in journalism. They pride themselves in working for Vim magazine and the State News as a copy editor. They first found their passion for writing during high school when they were involved in the school newspaper. Megan Samp is the second award winner. Samp is also a junior studying journalism. Her passion for writing and reporting news has inspired her to gain a variety of practical experience to further her goals. She's the news producer for the Impact 89 FM Exposure podcast. Congratulations to our winners. Our next award is the Robert Popa Scholarship. Robert Popa was a 1953 graduate of the J School. Popa worked at the Oakland Press, Stars and Stripes, and the Detroit News. He also served as the first press secretary to Detroit Mayor Coleman Young and Michigan press secretary for the Carter Mondale campaign. This scholarship has been established by his friends following his death in 1989.
This year there are 3 winners for the Robert Popa Scholarship. Lauren Coyne is the first winner of this scholarship. Lauren is a sophomore studying journalism with minors in broadcasting and business. She describes herself as ambitious, enthusiastic, and compassionate. Her biggest inspirations are her parents, both proud alums from Michigan State. Gabriella Lopez is the second winner. Gabriella is a junior majoring in journalism with a minor in public relations, who describes herself as determined, passionate, and resilient. Gabriella is most proud of her contributions to Vim magazine. Madison Reinhold is the third winner. She is a junior studying journalism with minors in women's and gender studies. Madison describes herself as resourceful, practical, and joyful. She writes for both her campus and Impact Radio. Next is the Gordon A. Subayan Endowed for Journalist Scholarship, named and donated by Dr. Robert Sabanai and his wife, Elaine. Dr. Sabayan was the first dean of the MSU College of Communications, Arts, and Science. With career as a newspaper reporter, editor, and educator, he stressed the importance of education for journalism. He also served as the vice president for special projects at MSU.
Renee Parsons Alanda is the only recipient for this scholarship this year. Renee is a junior pursuing sports journalism. They take pride in being a first-generation non-traditional student and being a part of the Spartan Sports Report. Renee describes herself as passionate, caring, and sympathetic. She's also a recipient of the College of Communication, Arts, and Sciences Endowed Scholarship. Congratulations, Renee. Morgan Womack is another recipient for a Mary Gardner Scholarship. Our own Angela Solomon is live with Morgan now.
Guys, and congratulations, Morgan. This is just one of the many scholarships that you have won today. And I want to ask you, what are the experiences that you had in student organizations that have helped you make it this far and achieve so many accomplishments?
Yeah, so I've had the opportunity to work for the student publication, the State News, and I've also been a member of Society for News Design, and those 2 organizations have just really helped me form a community within the J School and make a lot of friends and get the opportunity to do things that I wouldn't necessarily get to do in my classes. So.
Okay, love the State News. That's such a great opportunity. And Mary Gardner, this award has really represented the pinnacle of women in journalism, and I'm sure you and me both, we're both women in journalism, so we may have some shared experiences, but I'd like to hear from you, how's being a woman in journalism kind of shaped your output on the world and just in your career?
Yeah, definitely hearing female voices in journalism is really important to me, and I know a lot of other female journalists feel the same. At the State News, it's really great to be able to work with, we actually have a majority female editorial board, and working with them and seeing their leadership and having us kind of empower each other has really been a cool experience.
Okay, a female editorial board sounds super great. And you're just a junior and you've accomplished so much, but I would like to see, what are you looking to accomplish in just your last year of university?
Yeah, I will actually be serving as the editor-in-chief for the State News next year, so I'm really excited about that opportunity, as well as just continuing my classes and working with the awesome people in the J School. I'm super excited about that, and hopefully we'll see where I end up after graduation. I'm not really sure yet, but definitely something in news and reporting.
Well, I'm sure wherever you end up will be great. Editor, and so many awards won today, so congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you. We'll be heading back to the newsroom with Zach.
Back to the green carpet, now we have the recipients of the Krieg, Myers, Popa, and Sabanai scholarships. Way to go, Spartans. faculty of the School of Journalism annually recognize a student from the Information and Media Doctoral Program as the outstanding PhD student. This student exhibits outstanding academic performance, exceptional research, and creative work in the journalism, and dedicated service to the school. This year, our outstanding PhD student is Sue Shin. Dr. Moreau is going to share a few words of recognizing Sue's accomplishments.
Congratulations to our outstanding PhD student, Soo-young Shin. Soo-young, I am so impressed by your intelligence, your grit, your determination, and I know you had a challenging year, but you overcame all those obstacles, and I cannot wait to see what you're going to do next. Congratulations on an amazing year.
Thank you. Thank you and many thanks to Dr. Morale for those wonderful comments and your never-ending support and belief in me. It's such an honor to be a recipient of this award, and I appreciate being a student here at MSU in this program and the top-notch educational opportunities offered to me to continuously expand my horizons. And I thank my professors, my classmates, and the information and media program faculty, each of you for helping me reach my academic and my personal goals. So since I began my studies at MSU, I have learned to face challenges in an open-minded and respectful manner, and that the spirit that does not give up. So it really is not enough to say how very grateful I am for all these opportunities that have given to me. And I'm excited to continue on this great journey here at MSU. So thank you so much again.
Congratulations once again. Next up, the Soffin Scholarship honors former J School Director and Ombudsman Stan Soffin. Stan is a member of the Michigan Journalism Hall of Fame and was the director at the MSU J School for 16 years. This scholarship is awarded to full-time students who performed volunteer community service and demonstrated potential talent and aptitude in journalism by earning at least a 3.0 in Journal 200 and 300.
This year's recipients of the Soffin Scholarship are Janaya Clowers and Ayusha Gautam. Janaya is a sophomore journalism and communications student. She is most proud of the articles she has produced in her journalism classes. After graduation, she hopes to become a sportscaster for men's basketball. 3 words that describe Janaya are confident, funny, and driven. Our second recipient, Ayusha Gautam, is a sophomore journalism and political science student who lives by the words, "Never stop learning." His most memorable moment at MSU was the first time he walked around campus. In the future, he wants to become a political reporter. Best of luck to you, Janaya and Ayusha. The Spaniolo Scholarship honors Victor G. Spaniolo, a graduate of Michigan State University. Spaniolo, along with his 4 children who also graduated from MSU, all worked at the State News. He was a founding member and chair of the board of directors at the State News, and his family established this scholarship in memory of their father.
This year's winner is Bella Johnson. Bella is a passionate, genuine, and reliable senior studying journalism during her time at MSU. Bella is most proud of covering the women's soccer and gymnastics teams during their named Big Ten champions season. Congratulations, Bella. The next award is the Stone Boyd Student Opportunity Scholarship. The Stone Boyd Opportunity Scholarship is named after Robert D. Stone, a 1986 graduate of the School of Journalism with a career serving as an editor for the New York Times, the Boston Globe, and the Detroit Free Press. Stone hopes that this scholarship will be given to students who have shown leadership skills in the face of adversity, overcome obstacles, and have interest in promoting cross-cultural understandings.
This year's recipient is Jada Vassar. Jada is a sophomore studying journalism and describes themselves as grateful, open-minded, and passionate. Jada is most proud of having brought the Black community closer to the State News. Congratulations, Jada. Coming up next, we have the Michael B. Salwin and Oakley Salwin and Dode Scholarship. This scholarship honors Michael B. Salwin, who completed his doctoral degree from the college in 1985. His wife, Oki, completed her doctoral degree from MSU as well. They met at Michigan State and got married on campus in 1989. The recipients of this scholarship are chosen based on their motivation and capability to achieve their educational and professional goals.
This year's scholarship was awarded to Sam Klassa. Sam is a digital storytelling junior from Dearborn Heights. He loves all aspects of filmmaking, including screenwriting, directing, and even acting. He is one of the pop producers of our very own MSU student telecasters and has worked in more than 30 short films and 2 feature-length films. Congratulations, Sam. Coming up next is the Roberta Jeffers Daly Endowed Scholarship. Roberta Jeffers Daly, known as Jeff since her days in college, established a scholarship to support students pursuing a career in communication arts. While at MSU, Jeff was active in MSU's television and radio stations and even hosted her own TV program. Recipients are chosen based on their active involvement in co-curricular activities in broadcast media, film, and/or theater.
This year, the recipient of the Roberta Jeffers Daly Endowed Scholarship is Rebecca Colian. Rebecca Colian is a junior majoring in digital storytelling with a concentration in multicam production and a minor in theater. She is a student production intern at WKAR and hopes to continue working.
A little more. That's perfect. Okay.
Diana Thornhill Kopp and her husband, David Kopp, have started an expandable scholarship in support of ComArt-Sci students, giving preference to those studying communications leadership strategy. This year, the recipient of the Diana Thornhill Kopp and David A. Kopp CAS Scholarship is Whitney Wells. Whitney Wells is a freshman who describes herself as joyful, understanding, and ambitious. She has been awarded the scholarship to go toward her degree in digital storytelling and communication. Congratulations, Whitney.
Our final seniors being recognized as Mary Gardner Scholars are Isabella Martin and Chloe Porfirio. Isabella Martin is a senior studying journalism and describes herself as inquisitive, tenacious, and driven. During her time at MSU, Isabella has won Videographer of the Year from the White House News Photographer Association and is an anchor at Fox 47 in Lansing. Congratulations, Isabella.
Chloe Porfirio is a senior at MSU studying broadcast journalism. Chloe describes herself as ambitious, energetic, and empathetic. During her time at MSU, Chloe received first place from the Society of Professional Journalists for her sports feature and has anchored, reported, and senior produced for Focal Point, as well as worked for WILX News 10 as a reporter in Lansing. Congratulations, Chloe. Let's take another look at some of tonight's winners out on the green carpet. We have the Sofin, Spaniolio, Stone Boyd, and Mars Ulf scholarship recipients. Congrats to these successful scholars.
We'll send it back to the studio with Zach and Sarah for our final goodbyes.
Special thank you for those who worked behind the scenes and Buddy's Pizzas for sponsoring this event. First, Professor L.A. Dickerson, as for coordinating, producing, and helping with the logistics, and most importantly, feeding the crew. Professors Alex Atwell and Mike Castellucci, as advisors, faculty, for the on-air host, and for the overseeing of the producing of the show.
Production supervisor Matt McCullough and his crew for directing and providing all of the technical assistance in this multi-camera shot. Professor Rick Epps for creating all the graphics we used tonight. Ryan Cush for his genius technology support. J School Administrator Barb Miller for the hours and hours of working behind the scenes, organizing the scholarship applications, the awards, getting students to send in biographies, videos, and keeping the rest of us on schedule. We truly appreciate your hard work.
One more thank you to all the students for their hard work and their hard-earned awards. We hope you enjoyed your chance to celebrate these outstanding students on behalf of the entire crew and our other hosts. But I am Zach Slowick.
And I'm Sarah Loeffner. We'll see you next year.
We really started a war.